I bet they can't tell which is which. Is that the Phantom? Or is the Mavic 3? Mavic 3? I don't think they can tell the difference, do you?
No.
Neither one is using an ND filter. They're both at 4K 60. Was it 3840, I said?
3840.
3840, 4K 60, no ND filters. While they debate about that, tell us your thoughts on the difference between these drones.
Well, one of them's going to have a slightly larger field of view.
Yes, they are at the same distance and the same height. So the frame is going to be a little bit different. And the price is going to be a little bit different.
A little bit. One is going to give you better battery life.
Which one is that?
Oh, I can't tell you.
It's the Mavic. It's the Mavic 3 is going to have better battery life. But the batteries are cheaper.
True.
With the Phantom. So if you want to get extra batteries, here's how much those batteries are. Oh my God, oh my goodness. So which is which? Let's reveal it now. Ah, did you guess right? Did you guess right?
Yes.
Oh, that's right, he's right here. All right, now we've given you a little bit of a different shot so you're not bored, while Keith will tell you what he doesn't like about the Mavic 3.
It flies like a stuffed cow.
It does. Here's how it flies. This is in normal mode. This is in sport mode. It's a bit wonky. You can't tell with the gimbal, but here's the Phantom doing the same maneuvers. This is in normal mode, and this is in sport mode. It's a little bit more
stable
and reliable. And, you know, I've had mine now for years and years, so I know its limitations. I know exactly how far, how much penetration I can get with it.
Always need more penetration.
You know, when you go behind a building, the signal has to go through the building, but you have to keep VLOS so you can't go behind a building, but you might get a tree between you and the drone sometimes. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Both of these drones shoot amazing night footage, even in auto. This is what the Mavic 3 looks like shooting at night, and it is simply spectacular.
And with the Mavic 3, you get the zoom option.
Yeah, so if you're a creeper and you want to spy on your neighbor, it's perfect.
Or if you're doing a cell tower inspection and you don't want to get that close.
Or that. One of my favorite things about the Phantom is the legs, because you can do a hand catch. Very, very easily. You can do a hand catch with the Mavic 3, but that's a lot of propeller. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary to do, to be honest. And if you're on a boat or something, yeah, I wouldn't advise doing hand catches with this. As we peer out over the 8th Avenue Reservoir in Nashville, Tennessee, you'll see the difference in default color palettes. Comparatively, the Mavic's larger sensor offers about a stop better in low light performance and better overall dynamic range. The reason for comparing the new Mavic 3 to a 4-year-old Phantom is simply to remind P4 Pro V2 owners of what an incredible drone you already have. In fact, upgrading every time a new drone comes out is not only expensive, but maddening. Does the one you have fly? Does it record beautiful video? Then maybe let your wallet cool down a bit. Drone companies will release another must-have drone in 6 months. And now, learn a bit more about this historic Nashville reservoir with my 6-year-old Phantom 4.
In 1887, J.A. Jowett, the city engineer at the time, prepared the plans and specifications to construct City Reservoir on Kirkpatrick's Hill, the site of Fort Casino during the 1864 Battle of Nashville. Construction began in 1887 on this Nashville's second reservoir. When it was completed on August 24, 1889, the cost was $364,525.21. It was about then that someone realized they could have just dug a hole instead of built an above-ground swimming pool. Oh, those wacky old-timers. This fantastic reservoir is made out of limestone quarried near the present Rose Park. The squared-off stone masonry walls taper from 22.9 feet wide at the bottom to 8 feet wide at the top. The walls stand a glorious 33 feet 9 inches high, and the interior of the elliptical-shaped reservoir measures 603 feet by 463.4 feet. This beautiful gatehouse sitting atop the reservoir houses valves and served as a shelter for the custodian. A 9-foot walkway with sidewalls runs around the entire top of the reservoir. A center dividing wall separates two basins, each holding approximately 25.5 million gallons of water. When this reservoir was first constructed, Nashville didn't have a filtration plant. Water treatment consisted of merely allowing the mud and grime to settle to the bottom of the reservoir basin, which is completely disgusting and not sanitary whatsoever. Just past midnight on November 5th, 1912, this reservoir collapsed. A 175-foot hole opened, pouring 25 million gallons of water onto South Nashville. The reservoir had been crumbling and leaking for a while, but no repairs had been made. People woke up with water rushing into their bedrooms, and one family even floated out into the street on their bed. Huge granite rocks smashed into houses, causing extensive damage. This incredible reservoir was placed on the National Register of Historic Places on March 30th, 1978. The city reservoir, now known as the 8th Avenue Reservoir, is the largest of Metro Water Services reservoirs with a capacity of 51 million gallons. It is still used for residents to this day. However, the settlement method of all the grime has gone by the wayside. Nashville has some of the cleanest and most delicious water in the country. And now I'm going to stop talking like this because it actually hurts my vocal cords.
And now, Dana.
You know, we're having lunch, Ken.
Yes?
And I was just wondering, after we get done with lunch, you think you might need a napkin?
A nap?
Ken?